Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, for his groundbreaking theories on defense mechanisms. Freud first introduced the concept to explain how the unconscious mind protects individuals from psychological stress and internal conflict. His insights laid the foundation for understanding various defense mechanisms such as repression, projection, denial, and displacement. These concepts have since been expanded and refined by psychologists and remain integral to understanding human behavior and emotional regulation. Freud's contributions continue to shape psychological discourse and therapeutic practices, offering valuable tools for navigating frustration and other complex emotions. Here are the top 10 signs of defense mechanisms triggered by frustration, along with their definitions and examples. 1. Denial. Definition: refusing to accept reality or facts to avoid emotional pain. Example: a person diagnosed with a chronic illness insists that the doctors made a mistake despite clear evidence. Denial allows individuals to avoid confronting difficult emotions or realities by pretending they don't exist. While it can be a temporary coping mechanism during a crisis, long-term denial can prevent people from addressing important issues and finding solutions. For instance, a person denying a financial problem might delay seeking help until the situation worsens. To overcome denial, self-awareness is crucial. Seeking support from trusted friends or a therapist can help individuals face the truth gradually and develop strategies for problem-solving. 2. Projection. Definition: attributing one's unwanted thoughts, feelings, or impulses to others. Example: a frustrated manager accuses their team of being lazy when they are the ones feeling overwhelmed by their own inefficiency. Projection occurs when individuals transfer their own negative thoughts or feelings onto others. This often serves as a way to protect their self-esteem or avoid guilt. For example, a person who feels insecure about their abilities might accuse colleagues of being unqualified. Addressing projection involves practicing self-reflection and mindfulness to recognize and own one's feelings. Therapy can also help identify patterns of projection and foster healthier communication. 3. Displacement. Definition: redirecting emotions from the original source to a less threatening target. Example: after being reprimanded by a supervisor, a person goes home and argues with their partner. Displacement involves redirecting emotions from the original source to a less threatening target. This often occurs when expressing frustration directly feels unsafe or inappropriate. For instance, a worker reprimanded by a supervisor may later snap at their family. Managing displacement requires learning healthier ways to process anger, such as journaling, practicing deep breathing, or communicating assertively when possible. 4. Rationalization. Definition: offering logical but false reasons to justify thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. Example: a student who failed an exam claims that the questions were unfair even though they didn't study adequately. Rationalization helps individuals justify actions or decisions that may be socially unacceptable or personally uncomfortable. While it can temporarily protect self-esteem, it may prevent accountability and growth. For example, a student who doesn't study for an exam may blame the teacher for making the test too difficult. To overcome rationalization, individuals should practice honesty with themselves and take responsibility for their choices, focusing on what can be learned from setbacks. 5. Repression. Definition: unconsciously pushing distressing thoughts or memories out of awareness. Example: forgetting about a traumatic argument with a friend that caused intense frustration. Repression involves unconsciously burying distressing thoughts or memories. Although this defense mechanism shields the mind from emotional pain, it can lead to unresolved issues that manifest as anxiety or unexplained behavioral patterns. For instance, someone who represses childhood trauma might develop relationship difficulties later in life. Processing repressed memories typically requires professional therapy, where safe environments allow for exploration and healing. 6. Reaction formation. Definition: behaving in a manner opposite to one's true feelings to reduce anxiety. Example: acting overly friendly toward a colleague whom one secretly resents. Reaction formation involves acting in a way that is opposite to one's true feelings. This can occur when expressing genuine emotions feels threatening. For example, treating a disliked coworker with excessive friendliness is a common form. Addressing this requires recognizing and accepting one's true emotions. Journaling or talking openly with trusted individuals can help process these feelings authentically. 7. Regression. Definition: reverting to earlier developmental behaviors when faced with stress or frustration. Example: an adult sulking and refusing to talk after a disagreement with their partner. Regression occurs when individuals revert to childlike behaviors in response to stress or frustration. This might include sulking, throwing tantrums, or refusing responsibilities. While regression offers temporary emotional relief, it hinders mature problem-solving. Overcoming regression involves developing stress management techniques, such as mindfulness exercises or guided breathing, to promote emotional resilience and self-regulation. 8. Sublimation. Definition: transforming negative emotions or impulses into positive or socially acceptable activities. Example: channeling frustration from a breakup into creating artwork or exercising. Sublimation channels negative emotions or impulses into productive and socially acceptable activities. Unlike other defense mechanisms, this is generally seen as a healthy response to frustration. For instance, someone who feels angry might channel that energy into intense physical exercise. Encouraging sublimation involves identifying creative outlets such as writing, painting, or volunteering, which help process emotions constructively. 9. Avoidance. Definition: steering clear of situations or people that trigger negative emotions. Example: ignoring calls from a friend to avoid discussing an unresolved argument. Avoidance entails steering clear of situations or individuals that trigger frustration or negative emotions. While this can reduce immediate discomfort, it prevents conflict resolution and personal growth. For example, avoiding conversations about financial troubles can lead to worsening debts. Overcoming avoidance involves gradually facing fears in manageable steps and using assertive communication to address underlying issues. 10. Compensation. Definition: overemphasizing strengths to cover up perceived weaknesses or failures. Example: a student struggling academically focuses intensely on excelling in sports to gain recognition. Compensation occurs when individuals focus on excelling in one area to make up for perceived weaknesses in another. While this can build confidence, it can also lead to an unhealthy imbalance if the original issue is ignored. For example, a person who struggles socially might immerse themselves entirely in work to gain a sense of achievement. Addressing compensation involves acknowledging and working on perceived weaknesses while maintaining a balanced lifestyle. Thank you for engaging in this insightful discussion on defense mechanisms related to frustration. Your interest and openness to exploring these psychological concepts demonstrate a commendable curiosity toward better understanding human behavior. By examining each mechanism in detail, we can cultivate self-awareness and develop healthier coping strategies for life's challenges. As we conclude, it's essential to recognize that defense mechanisms are natural responses to protect our emotional well-being. However, understanding their signs and addressing them constructively is key to fostering personal growth and strengthening relationships. Remember that self-reflection, mindfulness, and seeking support when needed can transform frustration into an opportunity for learning and resilience.